Greetings, unsettled souls. It's Sam I Meet Gangi of the Correct Views, member of the Media Speaks, kind of giving you a bonus show today. I post on Mondays and Wednesdays, and it's always, well, usually in high def. And today, whenever I'm just chilling in my living room and I'm not in my studio, that it's a bonus show. Why? Because this is for subscribers. I'm not out to impress anybody at all. You get a bonus show because you subscribe. All right, guys, it's official. It's freaking official. Donald Trump has won New Hampshire. Yeah, Bernie Sanders won New Hampshire. Now, there is a greater likelihood of monkeys flying into the room and giving me $1 million than there is of me voting for Hillary Clinton, okay? Absolutely not going to happen. However, do you realize the establishment just took it in the face? Really? Do you realize that for people on the left, Bernie Sanders is like Ron freaking Paul? And while I do not think the man's politics are anything but disaster, I do promise you, it's better than seeing Hillary Clinton win. Can we all agree on that? Anybody like Hillary? No, that's what I thought. I do want to mention one thing real quick, though. And keep in mind, Kasich came in second in New Hampshire. And that's interesting because I'm in Ohio. Taft was terrible. You can't get any worse than Taft. There was a couple of another idiot, his name escapes me, that was after Taft. He was terrible. Kasich. Didn't do so bad in Ohio. Our economy did better with Kasich. However, he did it via fracking. Fracking isn't something I'm completely sold on. We have fortunately done it very safely in Ohio. I don't know how many times you can roll the dice before you end up. I mean, we know that fracking has been a cause for alarm regarding earthquakes, and it can poison the water supply. It's a very dangerous way to help a state. It's better than nuclear. So, I mean, I don't hate Kasich. Am I going to vote for him? No. But will I vote for Trump? Yes. I'm a libertarian. Can Gary Johnson still get my vote? As long as I'm sure that Trump is going to get it over Bernie or Hillary. But see, here's the way I look at this. I do not agree with voting for the lesser of two evils. I don't. However, I don't think Trump is evil. I think Hillary is evil. I don't think Bernie is evil, but I do think Bernie is wrong. I think Trump is half right. I like Trump. I don't love Trump. I'm a libertarian. He's a populist. I like him because he's going to build a wall. I like him because he's going to make it easier and cheaper to legally get into the country so that immigration will actually flourish under him. It will just do so in a way that is safer and more sound for all of us. I like that he's going to bring our jobs back. Actually, the primary reason that I'm voting for him is over the jobs issue. I like that he's going to tax the living hell out of anybody who makes something outside of our country. That keeps the wages good here in our country. So that's why I'm voting for him. Do I have concerns about him? Yeah, I'll tell you what they are. I ain't going to say he's a great, Donald Trump is the best. No, he's not. He's wrong about Snowden. I'm worried now, very wrong about nuclear because he said something in the debates where he said nuclear is very important. He was referring to Iran, and I was hoping that he meant nuclear safety in anyone that has a plant. I hope that he didn't mean that nuclear was important as part of an economy. What if he does believe that? Well, That's terrible, for one. Second of all, now hear me out on this. He's still more right on this issue than Bernie and Hillary are, and I'll tell you why. Bernie believes in global warming, which isn't happening. The planet hasn't warmed in 15 to 18 years. If you don't believe me, look up planet hasn't warmed in 15 years. It'll come right up in your search engine. There is no man-made global warming. Man is not changing the climate in any way, shape, matter, or form. The only people that believe that are people that do scientific studies that do not allow you to see their raw data. That would be like getting surgery without an x-ray or a CAT scan. So don't give me this BS that the scientific studies are right. No scientific study is right if you don't at least get to access the raw data. Second of all, people that believe in global warming, and so does Hillary, are often pro-nuke. Now, I understand that oil and gas and the stuff in the air, I understand that that's giving us lung cancer and asthma and needs to be halted as quickly as possible. I agree. The answer to that is not nuclear power plants. Bernie loves nuclear power plants. I'm sure of it. Hillary Clinton is sponsored by banks that fund nuclear power plants out the wazoo. She's very pro-nuke. Nuclear power plants, when they are running properly, cause more cancer, more death, and more health issues than coal plants do when they are running poorly. And if you don't believe me on that, go ahead, go on Facebook, ask Helen Caldicott. She is a green supporter, which is politically as far away from me as you can get. However, her science is on point. Her politics are wacko, but she's on point with all things nuclear. Ask her. She's a greenie. You ain't got to take my libertarian word for it. You want a doctor? Ask Chris Busby. You want a commentator? Ask Kevin Blanche. I can go on and on. You don't got to take my word for it. I'm a guy sitting in his living room talking to his subscribers, but I'm telling the truth. Last thing I want to get to regarding this is that Trump is against subsidies and handing out free money everywhere. Now, he's not as against this as libertarians are. So if you hate Bernie and you hate Hillary and you hate Donald, vote libertarian. It's either going to be McAfee or Johnson, I can tell you that. My issue here is if Trump is giving less subsidies, that is giving money to say a nuke plant in order to run. If Trump is against subsidies to a greater degree than Hillary or Bernie is, then Trump is the man, because nuclear cannot exist without subsidies. If that still bothers you, if you consider that the lesser of two evils and you do not want any of those three, then look up Gary Johnson and look up John McAfee, because one of those two are going to be elected as the Libertarian Party candidate, and that's who's going to be running against them. So, friends, there is one thing that brought me a little bit of alarm here. This is Paul Joseph Watson, PJ Dub at PrisonPlanet.com. Fox News reports finer New Hampshire primary results in advance. Now, the big problem here isn't that they released the results early. They had said it was going to be Trump, Rubio, Cruz, Kasich, Christie, and Jeb. Well, obviously, it was Trump and Kasich. So that's not the point. A lot of people are worried that them posting it early meant that they knew that Trump was going to win it before he won it. Obviously, that could be the case. However, I have a background in graphics. I have a degree in this. I have a background in graphics. I know a little bit about production, and I can't afford any of the gear I need to do it, but I know how to. The likelihood here is that they were testing the program so that they could plug the numbers into an already existing format. Like I'm schooled in HTML and JavaScript. Those are website building languages. I'll sometimes make a portfolio of pictures. It doesn't really matter what picture's in it. I can put any picture in. It's just that I need to make the scale first. Very likely Fox was doing that. However, there is the chance, and does anybody believe that there's no corruption? Okay, so there is the other possibility that Fox knew in advance who was going to win. I don't think that's the case for the reason I just gave you. They make these things all the time. They make obituaries. Like for instance, I promise you, Mick Jagger or Keith Richards' obituary is mostly already written by Fox, ABC, anybody that's really old, so that when the person dies, they can plug in a few of the most recent facts and be the first to put it on air. It doesn't always mean that you're dishonest, but there is that possibility, and we're going to cover both here. Update: Fox News has reset its New Hampshire results after the page we reported on them posting the final results. And it said Fox News is reporting that the final results of tonight's Republican and Democratic primaries in advance were a mock-up page showing the establishment favor Marco Rubio finishing in second place. It said the page, and there's a link to it, displays the final tally of the Republican primary with 100% of votes counted. Donald Trump is in first place with 28%, Rubio 13% behind, blah, 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 blah. At the time this was published, there hadn't been a primary yet. The polls hadn't even started and were still open. Although the page is by no means a shadowy conspiracy cooked up by Fox News and is almost certainly some kind of scripting test, it could be argued that presenting such information ahead of time may sway voters. That is the concern here. It's not that they were on the inside. It's that even if this was an error, you can see why it would sway voters. Maybe they'll decide, well, you know, I like Rubio and Trump, but since Rubio's already doing so well, I'm going to go ahead and vote for him and see if I can keep him and Trump even, when really the facts that they were just given weren't true. That's one analogy off the top of my head, and that's why it's a problem. But that's your update. That's your bonus show. Thank you for subscribing. This isn't on the Media Speaks. This isn't anywhere else unless someone chooses to take it. It's me thanking you for subscribing. I'll be here for a normal show tomorrow, and I look forward to seeing you here as well. Good night, friends. God bless. Please donate if you can. The correct views at hotmail.com. I'll tell you where to send any donations that you're kind enough to give. God bless.